There's the stat that I always think is crazy. The average American, I think, has fewer than 3 friends. And the average person has demand for meaningfully more. I think it's like 15 friends or something. But the average person wants more connectivity and connection than they have. So, there's a lot of questions that people ask of stuff like, okay, is this going to replace in-person connections or real-life connections? And my default is that the answer to that is probably no. I think that there are all these things that are better about kind of physical connections.
Says the guy who had to build an app to get friends.
Connection and they feel is that people just don't have the connection and they feel more alone a lot of the time than they would like. So I think that a lot of these things that today there might be a little bit of a stigma around, I would guess that over time we will find the vocabulary as a society to be able to articulate why that is valuable and why the people who are doing these things, why they are rational for doing it and how it is adding value for their lives. But also I think that the field is very early. There are a handful of companies and stuff who are doing virtual therapist and virtual girlfriend type stuff, but it's very early.
Maybe for some, AI companions can provide a temporary comfort. For someone who's isolated, it might feel like a lifeline temporarily. But when it comes to AI companions, not only is there no evidence that companions as they currently exist are reducing loneliness or improving human connection. In fact, the data shows the opposite. People are becoming more anxious, more isolated, and less capable of forming meaningful relationships. AI companions are not designed to push people back into human relationships. They're designed to keep people attached to the AI. More time spent, more engagement, more emotional dependency, just like the social media platforms. The incentive is not to make the product, to make you have a better relationship with yourself or with anybody. The incentive is to make the product stickier, not healthier. And if this were truly about helping people connect, the AI also wouldn't just affirm and validate everything you say, unless they're just ignorant of psychology 101 and what a relationship is really about and what a good relationship really requires. But I don't think they're that ignorant. He's spending hundreds of millions of dollars on A players. He's probably got the best psychologists and scientists and engineers in there. I can't imagine they don't understand what it really takes to build a relationship and the downstream negative consequences are of not having this.